You know that Washington, D.C. recently became the official sex capital of the world? Or that more women than men are getting tattooed in all the right places? Or how's this? Ma Bell's been making a fortune with erotic phone calls.
There's a fun new way to give blood. And we found an artist obsessed with the part of the female anatomy that, so far at least, we haven't seen immortalized in the Louvre. And we'll look at the big dollar business of big sex pleasure, the kind you take home and tap into your TV set.
These stories and more right here, right now, on Sexcetera, the news according to Playboy.
When I opened my gallery in Soho, I was not aware that I had committed career suicide. From that moment on, art critics would not come to my gallery to see my work. Gallery directors would not include me in their group shows. And no museum, therefore, would include me in their shows. Nobody in the media would talk about me because I was not part of the art establishment. In 25 years that I had my gallery in Soho, not once did a gallery owner came to visit me. The only people attending my exhibits were friends. But since my background had been sex magazines, as an art director, and as an illustrator, I was advised not to continue with the sexual subject. I tried that, but I discovered that that was not the reason for the art establishment to ignore me. Those days that I realized that the Mott's apple juice can had a vagina, very explicit vagina, on its label. So I saw this as an opportunity to wrench the hypocritical mask of the art establishment and society at large. Something so sane as this, so healthy as this, all of a sudden had that thing that everybody thinks is so dastardly. My friends that I sent the invitation when I told them about that in the sex business, they came to the rescue. The Mott's apple juice can painting came out in all the sex magazines that I knew at the moment. I came out in Swank, and I came out in High Society, and We magazine, in the cover of Screw magazine, okay, an illustration that I made for them. In the Playboy magazine, both the German and the American version of it. They even sent a crew to interview me for their cable TV show.
Art is where you find it, and in New York City, where you find it can sometimes be in the most unusual and unmentionable of places. This is Soho in New York City, where art can be enjoyed as you walk down the street. In fact, on the corner of West Broadway and Broome, a huge mural proclaims, "I am the best artist." So says Rene Mancada. When fame and fortune weren't bestowed upon him, Rene decided to crown himself.
Everybody, I said, "Are you the best artist?" And they said, "No, I don't believe in that. So by order of elimination, I am the best." You know? So,
Various things. It's debatable whether Rene is the best artist or not, but he is definitely one of the most controversial. That's because rather than flowers or landscapes, his work has a strong focus on the vagina.
With this exhibit of the Mott's apple juice can, I forced that company to change their label. That was the kind of publicity that they couldn't afford to have. However, instead of sending me a cease of desist kind of letter, which is what they send artists when they do something like what I did, they just ignore me, but I forced them to change the label. As you can see, they cover the center of it with another label. That is the difference between that one. You cannot see the center of the apple. Now, that is a normal occurrence in apples. When you cut an apple in half and you let it oxidize for a couple of minutes, that's what you will see. However, you can see in a close-up of the other can that they embellished the center of the apple. Since I was an art director for different advertising companies, I came to realize the value, became very aware of the value of publicity. And in order to make it in the world of art, you have to have publicity. People have to know about you. And that's what the art establishment was taken away from me. So what I did was I decided to call myself the best artist. And I wrote it in the back of my jackets, and I made a whole entire series of paintings at street level, smack in the center of Soho. And that got their attention. Today, I'm the only person that can say that I am the best artist, because I was the only person with the audacity to say it, and to say it in the way that I said it. You know, not only did I have it in all my jackets, but I wrote it in these big murals in Soho. So the art establishment cannot say, anyone in the art, critics or whatever it is, cannot say that I am not the best artist until after they see what I do or my work. And that is exactly what I wanted to do. Because it's easy for anybody that say that the best artist doesn't exist, but I created it. And this is the labor of the art world. Artists have created things that don't exist. So if I didn't exist, I kept on asking everybody that wanted to argue with me, are you the best artist? And they say, no, I'm not the best artist. So by default, I am the best artist. And just to irritate the art establishment even further, I will write on my tombstone, I am still the best artist. And that I will carry on into the beyond. Of stories. One day, while I was having a show showing other things among, the painting and all that, a father came in to the gallery, and he had a kid in his shoulder. And of course, he saw the can, and he saw the other things, and but when he came to this sculpture, his kid says, "Oh, look, Daddy, an apple." And the father, you should have seen his face. He said, "Oh, let's get out of here. Come on, let's go." And the kid said, "Oh, but Daddy, let me see the apple. Let me see that." And the kid, "No, come on, let's go." And he just ran out of there as if he had seen the devil or something. It was amazing.